Alright, cool. We got Saykoya versus Red Jam. Saykoya in the bottom left playing as Emeric in the yellow. And then we've got Red Jams up in the top right playing the twins up in blue. So, yeah, basic opening. Like, Saykoya is going to move up, capture that barracks there. Just like mostly swords, he gets one mage. Going for the fast. Red Jam's taking his time. He's gonna go for the play where you get the gate knocked down, you have access to your hideout. It takes a bit longer though. It means your commander isn't going into the center. Although they're actually both doing it, now that I look at it. This is very different. I played this match earlier. And neither me nor my opponent went for that. Alright, and now we're back in real time. So yeah, they played out their openers, like sword's gone down here to capture these. We've got a dog coming out to reinforce. Mage coming to back up the center. There is a tower on this map. There's a lot of terrain here, and mages are just very good at doing the capture phase very quickly. So it's always worth like getting at least one mage out. It also stops anti-air, and you know, it has like a tempo plays, like going for heals. Commander, move back. Got the capture here. So Merfolk went for the capture on this water village. It's a long play econ like move where you sacrifice tempo in the center for having access to your hideout a bit later, and also getting this water village which you cannot get otherwise. We have a thief coming out. That's going to be a while. Unless, you know, you move like a spear up there and knock it down. But this merfolk is going to be a land folk after this goes down as well. How much damage do you do to gates? Not a huge amount. That's going to do like average 40 per turn. Goes for a dragon as well. Which, there's quite a bunch of land flagstone on this map, so limited movement for air. Where's Emeric to the center? Gets another mage. Interesting. Wait, what? Can like thieves? Is this a thing that I just didn't know about? Codex. Can thieves move through gates? Is this a thing? Oh wow, okay, today I learned. Which may be part of why this map has a gate to limit. Oh wow. That's really cool. I did not know that that was a thing that you could do, but that's some today I learned right there. That makes thieves really interesting as well. There's definitely going to be some things people will do with maps in this game because of that. So anyway, now that I'm recovering from my like massive amount of surprise, knight pushes into the center. There isn't really anything to deal with the knight. There are no spears. This is quite far away. The knight will kill any mage that comes close to it, any dog that comes close to it, and any sword that comes close to it. Emeric's the only thing that can really contest the knight right now. And Emeric will have full health, presumably from like there or there next turn. And yeah, Red Jam's like really just pushing forward on that side. And just leaving this front completely open, which is a bit spooky. Alright, goes for the heal off this village. Knight crit is a viable option in return for that, however, that also means like he's on a forest, so it's not gonna do too much. Like you're doing 30, like average 45 minus 30%, so 70% of 45 is like actually just like about 30 again, really, maybe a little bit more. And if he does, then like, you know, you're doing 30% damage to a commander and getting killed by a dragon in return. This mage is going to struggle to move forwards because the roads are there, so dragon one-shots with mage on road. Less than ideal. And yeah, this merfolk's going to slowly peck down this gate here. And then... And yeah, like the other thing with this gate as well is like you can't even balloon a unit out just because the wall's there and like the gate's there obviously, so there's no room to put a balloon next to things. And actually, for the sake of like cinematics, we're going to put some combat animation on, because there will be a little bit of downtime, I think, where people are thinking of moves. And I'll skip any of the really boring ones, but yeah, Saykoya, he's playing it safe. He's keeping the mages out of range of the swords and the knight. He's got his nice beefy dragon here, which can go that side or that side. There's very little mage coverage from red jams. Like that mage is quite far back, and that harpy's quite far back. So this is threatening a huge amount of territory. And a lot of these are on roads as well, so this dragon can one-shot that village if it wants to. That one, even if they're full health, like they'll take them out if they're on a road. Oh, and Chocofish, thank you for the host. Apologies if the alert sound was a bit loud there. Anyway, just moving the commander to the center. Dragon can hit, but it's not going to be able to kill. Dragons only do 40 on average, so that's what, an average of 36 because it's a grass tile. And it's 90 health. Like, yeah, you could hit it with like 3 dragons. Actually, no, you could hit it with 2 dragons and it'd be fine. 3 would actually be lethal. Anyway, just moves the knight back, realizes that can't really do much against this dragon in the center. Moves the mage up, puts on a flagstone tile, so there's no crit bonus here, but just makes it a little bit more tanky. Dragon is not going to be able to kill it in one hit. And like, even if it does, it's not going to be cost effective. Even like a first hit dragon on something, even on a grass tile, if it hits a mage on a grass, it's not that cost effective. You only bring it down to like let's have a look, 70, so what, 63, 37, so it goes down to about just over a third of its health. So yeah, goes for an attack on the village with a sword, follows it up with a pike. And yeah, not going to capture it, just going to go for the neutralizing. Let's take a look at the incomes. So Red Gems is behind on income right now. And there's an interesting thing here, is that this thief, 1, 2, 3, 4, could have neutralized it next turn, which would have taken like 300 gold out, and you know, wagging it back, and I feel like that would have been a better play, but just wants to go for the neutralizing right now. There isn't really a punish on this sword because the spear's there to cover, and like dogs do reasonably well first hit against spears, but there's a lot to punish, so. And dragon, of course. Gonna get the critical because it's on a road. Just gonna slowly try and destroy this gate. How much do you do the gates? Probably gonna get that down next turn. And I don't really see that going for the capture on there. Knight can go 5 movement, but that's still going to do a lot of damage to a sword. Like, knights can potentially one-shot a sword on a road. So... he won't be going for that yet. I'm just getting a lot of alchemists out. Which makes sense, there's lots of territory to get crits on. They outmove foot soldiers, so... yeah, just going for these plays. Heals up the soldier. Says, you can take this village now. I'm just going to move like my growing army over here. I'm threatening to take that. Oh, but moves the sword back. That's interesting. Maybe just going to cede this corner? I mean, like, there's like a victory here. And the headquarters is quite vulnerable. So... you never want to be in a position where,
I have a spell for this.
is this gonna work? Nope. So, very aggressive play with Emeric here. And there is punish available. Can't hit those two sides. So, Emeric's vulnerable on one side. So, I guess it's fairly safe, but... I imagine he was hoping for a good roll on that village there. And getting like the lucky number 80. Instead of, I think he got like a 72 roll, so it's a low roll. But it doesn't make too much of a difference because... yeah, oh, it actually goes for the capture. Interesting. But yeah, this doesn't make too much of a difference because like that's gonna have potentially like a few more percent to heal someone later in the game. And when you're talking about very, very low numbers of reinforcement, it's not the biggest deal in the world. When I'm getting asked about some stuff, but that's fine. Okay, so ever so slowly gonna break this gate down. I think this is turn 3. Average roll 25. That's a very slow process to break that gate. Anyway, just goes for the capture on this village up here. Does it with the full health one, moves the injured one back, gets the heal. Neither player really want to give up units at the moment. Moves the thief into position to threaten these. And there's also some other plays, like if the thief can get into a position where, because I mean that wagon, so the wagon can do some cool stuff here as well, like this mage can move up to this forest a lot sooner, for example, or like a mountain. Like you can move the wagon around and put the mage up here. And just like do more aggressive posturing. Okay. So yeah, just using the terrain to be aggressive. Goes for gets a crit on the dogs. Commander's in a nice good place. But it's also gonna eat a crit back from those, and these hit soldiers pretty hard, so they're just kind of juking out in the center right now. And these mages are like basically keeping us away. Gets 2 balloons out, that's interesting. Alright, moves the knights down. Gets the... Oh, I think it's a really high roll. Oh, it gets a 99 roll. So the one health sword is now alive. And having a 1% sword is really good. Like, compared to not having it. Because it can do stuff like you can use it to suicide into a commander, and that's guaranteed like 1%. And that does make a difference at times. Or you can heal it up slightly, or you can use the body block. Like, they are very annoying to have to deal with. Okay, so he gets another harpy. And yeah, just going like kind of harpy mage sword. Gets another knight. Really just wants to like kind of push out these mages in the center. Or at least threaten to. And yeah, this headquarters is nice and secure. There's a mage on a mountain, there's a harpy on a mountain. There's a mage here. Nothing really threatening them. There are some plays that could be made, but this is very like not gonna get killed by anything. Who is Togekiss? Togekiss is Red Jams. Red Jams, of course, always insisting on using names that aren't Red Jams, but that's fine. Ooh, breaks down that, so Rifleman is now in operation. And the rifle can of course move to that mountain, so I guess you want to move the balloon there. Yep. I don't know if they're listening in on the stream, but yeah, I assume Merfolk plus rifle is going to go on that balloon. And then the balloon will move forward and you can get a landfolk and a rifle in the front lines. But yeah, now comes the, what am I going to use this for? And how are you going to like figure out what to do in this position? Do you just run back? Do you play aggressive? Like, I think a mage can one-shot that if it really wanted to. And, you know, Emeric's only one turn away from Groove again, so... Actually, I say again, I don't even think he's had Groove yet. It's been a very passive game for Emeric. I think both commanders have been very non-confrontational this match. So Emeric is probably wanting to get his groove up. You know, Emeric being Emeric, the 4 mages make sense. You want to get that crit condition. And being able to get crit condition with Emeric anywhere is like super powerful. You can be on a road and like still, it'll be like you're on a forest. Oh wow, this is very aggressive. He's just like, yeah. I don't care if I get crit. And follow up with a dragon. I assume one of these mages is going to heal. Because otherwise that's a very dead Emeric. You've got like crit condition Harpy. You've got crit condition Knight. He's vulnerable on... Alright, goes for that. That's a good heal. This mage can't reach that. That mage can't reach that. The harpy can get a crit on the dragon though, which is a bit worrying. But on the flip side, you've got 3 mages here, with the 4th in that balloon. This is crit condition swords. I don't think they're going to bring that down. So they'll take a bit of damage, but the mage follow-up will take it in. And then he's got... So here's the thing about that 1% sword that I mentioned earlier. You can go for the capture. And now this isn't a thing. This is something they can't move through. It's going to have 11% health next turn if it survives, so you can get a heal off that potentially. And it's extra income. And they are now forced to have to deal with this village that is right next to that command. So what comes next? Possibly like balloon play. Gonna move up to here. Drop spear, drop mage. Or even like drop mage there. Gets a knight because the reinforced pass quite quick here. These headquarters are very vulnerable. There isn't much up here to threaten this side, so... Yeah, the fight has really just centered around here. And Emeric's about to have his... Emeric has his groove, so he's about to get that up next turn. And then all these mages become really like vicious to fight. Because they're gonna be like on a mountain, basically. Either if they're on a road, they'll be like it's on a forest. If they're on a mountain, they'll be... If they're on a plain, they'll be like they're on a mountain. Okay, so uses the balloon to go south. Gets the mage here. And now red gems, it's his turn to respond. He has 1200 income, a lower unit count, and that is a really aggressive position on that headquarters. Some obvious plays here are you use the harpy to damage the dragon if possible. But then forces heals. Like the harpy will probably get killed in return if it does that, but that headquarters is really vulnerable. Knight can run around and pick off a mage. I think there's going to be a lot of damage dealt back here. So I'm not entirely sure how viable this was. Because yeah, these swords are no longer going to be alive. Is he actually going to try and lethal Emeric? That's a crit. You can see the little spark animation. And he hits them back. You got Harpy crit, which normally isn't that good against Commander, but takes it down to 35. This might be it. Crit condition for Mage. Oh, and he's gone.
Foolish.
And that's it. Good game.